Alrighty, what's going on, guys? Good afternoon. I hope you're having an amazing Sunday. And on today's video, I want to give you another potential strategy that, in a combination with a couple of things, a couple of indicators. And as you can see here, I'm using the actual Heikin-Ashi candles, not the regular candles, but the Heikin-Ashi. I know many people don't like this actual candle. Some people actually love them. And as a matter of fact, I mean, this type of candles, even for beginners, are quite interesting. You really don't need much, to be honest. You don't need to know much about this thing. Probably, going whenever you trade with the normal candles, let's say you're a retail trader, um, you normally have all those type of candle patterns, right? Like engulfing candles, pin bar, doji. There's so many, right? There's so many candle patterns that is so overwhelming. With this type of candles, now things are normally a bit easier. You just need to make sure that if you're paying, for example, paying attention to support and resistance. Okay, this is something very basic, but this way you can, when if you are able to spot a support and resistance, all you have to do is just wait for the price to retest, and you see the difference, right? Normally you don't have much. The candles don't change the color as much as the regular candles, right? If it's to the downside, the price is moving to the downside, you're going to see most likely all red candles. Price is pulling back, you're going to see green candles, and so on, right? It removes all the noise, okay, in certain situations. So right here, I'm just going to show you this example of this strategy right here. You're going to need two indicators, probably three. Like it's not the third indicator is not necessary, but one of them right here is called the VWAP. Okay, this is very important. VWAP, volume weighted average. Okay, this is just the standard VWAP. Okay, this is like already comes with TradingView, so it's just that one, right? It doesn't show any creator or anything. As soon as you type in VWAP, this is the one that you're going to show right there. So that's it. The actual settings, I believe I have not changed anything. It just pretty much stays the same. Everything is standard. The color, you can change the color to whatever color you want. Probably here, I think it actually, oh yeah, it does actually comes with these bands and some lines in there. You can just remove all of that. Just leave the BWAP, and I don't remember if it was coming with this channel as well. It was coming with some bands, this band right there as well. So just make sure to remove that. You only want the VWAP, okay? Only want the VWAP, the color. You can put whatever color you want, right? Now you can already trade with this. To be honest, you can actually be looking for setups with this one. As I mentioned, it's very simple. The strategy is as simple as it can be, okay? Why the volume weighted moving average? Okay, simple. When you are below, this is a scalping strategy. If you go higher time frame, it's not going to work, okay? Especially, for example, right here. Let me just show you. This is how the VWAP looks on the 1 hour, right? It's not like the moving average. For example, let's add a 20 simple moving average. If you add a 20 simple moving average, every time, let's say you're at 1 hour, let's go to 15 minutes. Every time you go into a different time frame, the moving average will move accordingly to that time frame. But if you choose, for example, the VWAP, it always stays right there, the same, right? It stays just right there. I'm going to mark up, for example, this line as just as an idea, right? For those who don't know, let me show you here. I'm going to mark up this line right there. This is when the VWAP shows on the 15 minute. If I go to the 5 minute, you see the VWAP stays right there. If I go to the 2 minute, the VWAP stays right there. If I go to the 1 minute, the VWAP stays right there. If I go to the 4 hour, well, may not see it. Yeah, the 4 hour is not, you're not going to be able to see it. But right there, it stays right there. You see that the line does not move, okay? But when you are on a moving average, let's see. Let's try to mark it up. So let's go on the 15. So on the 15-minute, price broke this high, let's say right there with that candle, right? That's the break. Let's go 5-minute. Now on the 5-minute, it looks like the break happened here. If I go to the 2-minute, you see a gap right here, the break. If I go to the 1-minute, a lot earlier. So right here. So you see the difference. The moving averages, they move accordingly to the time frame. All right. Now you, for this strategy, you don't need that. Okay. You're going to use the VWAP. Whenever the price is simple, whenever the price is above the VWAP, we're looking for buys only. And whenever the price is below, we're looking for sells. That's it. Okay. Now, as I mentioned, ideally, this is a scalping strategy. So you want to be on the 1-minute. You can go anywhere. You can go with currency pairs. You can go with cryptocurrency. You can go with pretty much everything. Now, there are a couple of rules if you want to follow here. Let's say I'm not going to be trading during Asian session, right? Or I don't trade London session. I only trade New York. So this is where you can use this other indicator called time zone, which is pretty much identify the hours that I want to be trading. It's going to bring it up on the chart, right? Let's say I only going to trade from 8 a.m. New York session opening until midday, right? It's just an example. So what it's going to do is it's going to highlight that zone. So that means I should be looking for entries only within these hours. Okay, you don't need it. As I mentioned, you don't need the indicator because all you have to do is just remember the times, right? You really don't need them, but you can mark them in there just in case you forget, right? So this case, I'm just going to remove it. You can add on top of this, as I mentioned, the next indicator that you're going to use is that 20 simple moving average. Now, again, why? It's just because I want to have a better direction in this case. Now, understanding that when we are below, let's make a change right here. I'm going to change the color of the moving average to probably, let's put a red. Yeah, let's put a red at the moment. So we can see the black line is the VWAP and the red line is the 20 simple moving average. Okay, so now it's just an idea, right? We are below. We just broke. The price just actually broke below. We're rejecting. We see the structure, right? Price trying to break right here. It's struggling to break the VWAP and breaks, right? So there is a little support and resistance right here. You see, after this break, price comes for a pullback, taps into the actual resistance right there, and it starts dropping. When is going to be our entry? I want you guys to focus, and you need to practice this a lot. You're going to be entering on the second candle that has no wicks, okay? Look at these candles. Prices start dropping right here. You see these candles? You see they got a wick at the top. Ideally, you don't want to see any wick at the top. You want to enter at the second candle with no wicks. Look at what happens. Price try to come back up, taps into again, and then drops. You see the difference? These two candles right here, they have no wicks at the top. So where is your entry? Your entry is going to be right here. Your stop loss above that swing high. Take profit for this, you're going to use 1 to 2, okay? This is it. A 1 to 2 is going to be the maximum risk to reward with this thing, okay? Now, once you're halfway down, you can put the stops on break even if you want, or you can take partial profits. You know, any of those, that's your rule. It's part of you can make that at your own way. So understanding that you want to be entering at the retest of the structure. You will see that the price is bearish. We're below the 20, we're below the VWAP, so we should be looking for sales. And when are we going to be looking for sales? When you see a break of a structure, retest, and two candles, okay, with no wicks at the top. We're going to be looking for sales, okay? There's probably, sometimes you're going to see the continuation looking, the price going for a continuation. Just simply wait. You have to identify where support and resistance is, at least, right? When you identify that type of things, you can actually be entering. As soon as the price comes retest and you see two candles, two consecutive candles, ideally you want to see after the retest the two consecutive candles like this. Okay, you want to see them like right here happening. If they happen very later, it's better not to take it. Okay, this second tap and drop, it's probably good, right? But right here, you see the price tap into this one. You're not seeing any strong candles with no wicks at the top. This basically means whenever you see a Heikin-Ashi candle having no wicks at the top, if you're bearish, it means that's a strong sign, right, of movement to the downside. And vice versa. If you see them on the opposite side, it means that's a strong bullish. Let's try to look for another couple of scenarios right here. Let's say, for example, right here, we are actually below. We are below the VWAP, right? So we should be looking for sales. So I'm gonna be checking. I see the price actually trying to push up, right? But I'm not looking for buys. I have to wait for the price to eventually break or violate any of these lows that are being created. Price is creating a structure to the upside, right? As the price is going up, it keeps creating structures to the upside. I'm not going to be looking for buys, right? Because I'm below the VWAP. So I wait. You see the price actually first time starts breaking the first structure. You get the break of the structure, price pulling back to retest the zone. And then you have that aggressive move. Look at this. It has to be clean, guys. If you see too many wicks, too many just choppy candles right there, like right here, it's not good. Okay? Look at the example. Take a screenshot of this thing and memorize it because this is what you want to see. This is the type of reaction you want to see. As soon as it taps, you want to see two immediate continued candles to the downside. Two, not one, two. You enter at the second candle. That's the entry. The stop loss goes above. Take profit 1 to 2. Okay? Now look at what's happening right here. Price gives you another chance. And that drop, good. You hit TP. Now look at what happened. Price just broke that structure as well. Comes back up for retest. As soon as it see retest right here, you have a rejection, right? Okay. In this case, you see it's not immediate. You have 1, 2 right there. It took like 3 candles, but these are the 2 candles. Right there, be careful. You could probably take that one too. You're still below the moving average, below the 20 moving average. You're below the VWAP and you just broke a structure to the downside. So you're technically still bearish, right? So probably the entry would have been here at that second candle with no wicks at the top. It took a little, you see, it was not the same as this one, right? This one had a wick. You see the difference right here. This was much stronger. This one was less stronger. So I would still wait for 2 candles. 2 candles. Wait for the second candle, place a stop. If you don't feel very confident with this one, if you see the price also just continue red candles, you could probably get out when you see a green candle. That could probably also be a sign for you in case you want to close, right? Or you close once the price actually start tapping into tapping or breaking above the 20, right? The 20 simple moving average. Also, you can do that. It's up to you, right? At that point. At least my recommendation is 1 to 2, 1 to 2 hour. So hope it makes sense, right? Let's see if we can get probably some buys when price goes above the moving average. Look at here. This is actually Bitcoin. We see that recently price broke a high right here. This double top, the price just broke in, coming back for a retest, and look at this strong explosion to the upside. So again, we are, oh Jesus, hold on. We are above the VWAP. We are above the 20 simple moving average. And immediately, again, take a screenshot. Take a screenshot of this thing and memorize the pattern because this is literally a pattern. Okay? As soon as you see the tap into your support, you see that 2 candles, you see almost immediate. I think this one has a little wick at the bottom. Just a barely wick. Let's say we count that 1 to 2. Right? Just to show you right here that you can actually do this as well on Bitcoin. When you see the price just going up and down, you see markets is really choppy. Okay, the condition is very choppy at the moment. Like for example, right here, let's suppose you're trying to look for a buy, right? And you see the price just broke this double top. Hold on, broke the double top right here. Boom, boom. Recently broke. So you wait for the price to tap in, and you want to see a strong rejection. Now, again, you have to screenshot this thing to remember which are the best formations. Look at this, price tap in and then it starts pulling back. There is this one has a week, this one has a little week, and then this one is a small one, does not have a week, but it's a small candle, and then this one, okay. But you see, you're kind of already a little late for this. So probably here you can say, no, I'm not taking that position. Price came back in again and try to push up. Do you have two bullish candles right there telling you to buy? No, you don't. Price actually starts breaking to the downside and sort of start, going bearish, right? Until actually it broke. So we didn't have any positions here good to buy. And right here, starting to look for buy opportunities right here in this area. But you should not be buying from when you are below the VWAP. You should be buying when you are above. So right here, probably you climb back up on top. You see that break of a structure, break of a structure, break of a structure, right? But you don't buy from here. You don't buy from here. Even though you could have two potential bullish candles, you don't buy. Why? Because you're below the VWAP. So no, no. Right here, you broke another structure, tap in, boom. Okay, yeah, this is when you buy. This is when you buy right there. Oh, another very important thing that I want to show you. This one probably did not give you that 1 to 2, but you were able to take partial profits with this one as well, or probably put it on break even after. It's up to you, right? Now, one thing I want to mention on regards the Haginashi candles. Let's go on settings. I'm going to right click, very important, right click the chart, go on settings, and right here on symbol, I want you guys to activate this real price on price scale instead of Hikinashi price, okay? Why? Because sometimes the normal Hikinashi candles, they don't show the real price, but if you click on this one, it will start showing the same price. So when the candle closes like that, that's the actual real price, okay? So hope it makes sense. But this is basically it, guys. You have to put it in backtesting mode. This is a very simple strategy for beginners. If you're struggling on finding a good strategy, this is very, very simple. Again, guys, you have to understand that you cannot be trading it every single or any time up during the day. Okay? If you're trading Bitcoin, try to test it out. For example, you want to trade during weekends on Bitcoin. Well, try to test it out which hours during the day are the best hours with more volume, with more volatility. You don't want to be trading it every single hour, right? Because you're going to be trapped in an accumulation. Probably there's not enough volume. The price is probably going to be choppy. But even with this, even if the market's conditions are very choppy, this type of things or indicators and this type of technique using the Heikin-Ashi candles, it will definitely give you, good opportunities. But you have to backtest. You need to backtest to understand and to memorize what you really want to trade and what you don't want to trade. Okay, screenshot this type of stuff to memorize it. You want to see a tap. As soon as it taps, you want to see two consecutive candles. If you see the first one with a wick at the bottom, I mean, if you're very disciplined, you say, you know what? Freak it. I am not going to take it. I'm not going to take that position. I have to see as soon as it taps a potential break, as soon as it breaks or resistance or support, whatever the situation is, in this case, support. As soon as it taps the support and tries to push up, I need to see two candles without wicks at the bottom. Okay, I hope it makes sense. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. I want to hear from you guys if this is actually working after testing it out. Thanks again for watching. Let me know what you think. I'll see you in the next one. Take it easy.